We call it the cloud. It sounds clean, invisible, weightless. When you ask an AI a question and the answer instantly appears, it feels like magic. But behind the curtain, the cloud isn't made of water vapor. It's made of concrete, copper, and, increasingly, diesel smoke. Welcome to Boxtown. For decades, this small corner of Memphis has been the city's designated dumping ground for industrial pollution. But recently, this community of 3,000 people got an unwelcome new neighbor, Elon Musk. Musk chose this spot to build Colossus, the largest supercomputer in history. Considering what Colossus is doing to the environment, Hades would be a much more suitable name. The local utility company, Memphis Light, Gas, and Water, warned that upgrading the grid to the capacity he wanted would take years. But he didn't want to wait years. He didn't even want to wait months. So he decided to brute force it.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
These are essentially jet engines strapped to the ground, churning out toxic air 24 hours a day. Together, they have a capacity of over 100 megawatts. To put that into perspective, 100 megawatts is enough electricity to power a city of 200,000 people. Elon Musk built a private power grid capable of running Salt Lake City and dropped it in the backyard of a neighborhood of 3,000 people, without a permit. The man who became the richest person on Earth by promising to save the climate with electric cars is now burning fracked gas in a poor neighborhood. He moved fast. He broke things. And in Memphis, he didn't just break norms. He bypassed the Shelby County Health Department entirely. Musk's company installed and operated these turbines without obtaining federally required air quality permits. No public hearings, no regulatory approval. They simply appeared overnight. According to the Southern Environmental Law Center, this single facility has likely become the #1 source of smog-forming nitrogen oxides in the entire county. They are burning fossil fuels in people's backyards for an AI race they frankly have no chance of winning. Elon is an easy villain because you can see his smokestacks. But other tech giants are doing something much quieter with an equally devastating impact. They aren't building illegal power plants, they're bringing back dead ones. If you listen to big tech's marketing departments, the AI revolution is green. Microsoft has pledged to be carbon negative. Google claims to be 100% renewable. On paper, they are the saviors of the planet. But on the actual power grid, they are necromancers. Across America, utility companies are delaying the retirement of coal-fired power plants that were scheduled to be demolished. Why? Because data centers are sucking the grid dry. These are zombie plants. Dead infrastructure brought back to life to feed the insatiable hunger of algorithms. Take Omaha, Nebraska. The Omaha Public Power District planned to retire its coal-burning North Omaha station to reduce emissions. But when Google and Meta expanded their massive data centers nearby, the utility announced that the coal plant would need to stay open years longer than planned. The green tech giants didn't build new wind farms to power their servers. They kept a 1950s coal smokestack alive. How do they get away with calling this 100% renewable? They use a financial loophole called Renewable Energy Certificates, RECs. Here's the trick. Google consumes dirty coal power from the Nebraska grid. To fix this, they pay a wind farm in Texas for a piece of paper claiming clean energy was generated somewhere else. On accounting sheets, the math balances to zero. But in the atmosphere, the carbon is still there. Physics doesn't care about accounting. You can buy all the solar panels you want, but if your server farm keeps a coal plant running in 2025, you aren't a climate innovator. You are a 19th century railroad baron with a better PR team. This is the pollution paradox. We are destroying our physical environment to build a digital one. And Memphis isn't alone. It started in Northern Virginia, in a place known as Data Center Alley, where 70% of the world's internet traffic flows through a single county. Now it's spreading to the deserts of Phoenix and the deregulated grid of Texas. But the grid in those places is full. There is no more power left to buy. Now the hyperscalers, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, are moving inland. They are colonizing the Midwest and the Southeast in search of the last cheap electrons on Earth. Ohio, Iowa, Georgia, Indiana. They are buying up thousands of acres of farmland not to grow corn, but to farm data. In many of these states, utility companies are turning away factories and manufacturing jobs because data centers have already claimed all available power for the next decade. We are witnessing the largest expansion of the power grid in a century. And we aren't building it to heat our homes, lower our bills, or manufacture American products. We are building it so we can outsource American jobs to chatbots. This is the ultimate irony of the AI revolution. Big tech isn't just automating away the working class. By burning coal and gas to power these data centers, they are poisoning the very people whose jobs the AI is coming for. And they aren't just coming for the jobs, they're coming for the water. In Virginia, residents are fighting to stop new data centers that consume millions of gallons of water a day. Training a single AI model evaporates roughly 700,000 liters of fresh water to keep servers cool. In Boxtown, the XAI facility alone is estimated to consume up to 1.5 million gallons of water every day. To quench the thirst of Colossus, they are tapping into the Memphis sand aquifer, the city's drinking water source. While you're asked to take shorter showers to save the planet, one data center is drinking enough water to fill an Olympic pool every 24 hours. And the part that will hurt most is your monthly bill. Data centers demand so much power that utility companies are forcing you to pay for the upgrades. In the Tennessee Valley, rates already jumped nearly 10% last year. But that's just the beginning. A recent report warned that residential electricity bills could rise as much as 70% by 2029 to cover the cost of the AI boom. We are subsidizing the richest companies on Earth so they can train models to replace our jobs. They are lining their pockets with money taken directly from ours. The irony is painful. Big tech companies promised to be carbon negative by 2030. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they all made the pledge. But in 2025, those pledges are being quietly deleted from websites because they realize they can't have both. They can have AI dominance, or they can save the planet. They chose AI. But this story isn't over. For the first time, people are fighting back. At a hearing in Memphis about Musk's data center, residents erupted with anger.
See, I got asthma. My mama got asthma. My grandma at home, 87 years old, got asthma, and she never had it before. I can't breathe at home. It smells like gas outside.
We've shown up here today because we're tired of going in and out of hospitals, going in and out of funeral homes. We've been paying taxes and we've been dying, and what we're saying is that stops now.
This is the new front line. It's not just about stopping AI. It's about demanding that the future doesn't poison the present. In Virginia, resident coalitions are blocking new data centers that threaten their water supply. In Europe, the Pause AI movement is demanding environmental impact assessments before models are trained. So if this makes you angry, look up these organizations. Support the Southern Environmental Law Center. Follow Young, Gifted, and Green. The only thing that might stop a trillion-dollar company is a billion people saying no. Our future should not require sacrificing the present.